so many dudes are out here just watching porn and jerking off. But motherfuckers, I'm an honest dude, and I say it how it is. You had a question. Talk to me.
Yeah, my question was basically, what would you say are the best methods of reprogramming your mind or your subconscious mind?
Great ways to reprogram your subconscious mind. The first thing, what I would do, Nate talks about it often, is separating your days into two cycles, right? So you have your sun cycle, and then you have what's called your moon cycle, your daytime and your nighttime. So you need to understand what each cycle is for and how your brain operates inside of each cycle, right? So when you enter, for example, dream state and you go into theta state at nighttime, you can enter in states of meditation and potentially doing it in person. You can do hypnosis, things of this nature. But you can enter theta state, right? And what you can do in theta state is you can reprogram your mind. Nikola Tesla says that in his dreams, what he would do was he would create inventions and he would create the patents for them in his dreams. So he was operating in dream state. So a lot of people that smoke cannabis or do drugs, things of this nature, they pay consequences in different ways. One of them is they lose the ability to dream, many of them, right? Because they kind of, their body tries to catch up with that, right? So what happens when, and this is scientifically proven, you guys can search this, what happens when you don't enter dream state? Well, it's very simple. During the day, you begin, because your body needs to go into dream state, you begin to daydream, right? And you begin to kind of start cruising throughout your daytime as well and fantasizing. It's very well documented. So to reprogram your subconscious mind, you need to be intentional about your sun cycles and your moon cycles and the daytime and the nighttime. So at nighttime, what I like to do is I like to be intentional about my favorite parts of the day, or the things that I enjoyed throughout the day, or the things that elevated my spirit and end up in a positive vibration, right? In a good note. It's very important to finish the day on a good note. And programming my mind, whether it's through sound waves, music, audiobooks, whatever it may be, to rewire my mind. And you can rewire your mind. So every single day you're being bombarded with programming, right? So you're not enough, you're shit, you need this amount of money, you need this car, you need this stuff. But then you begin to evaluate all of those things and you realize they're just imposed by other people. These are rules from other people. Like you needing the Lamborghini is just a rule from another person.
A perfect
right?
example is walking in the neighborhood.
Oh yeah. So for example, what happened was, so Nate's walking through the neighborhood and the security calls and so like, oh, four of the neighbors said that they're offended that you're walking around in the neighborhood shirtless. And it's like, hold up. Like people want to impose their will and their system and their way of doing, and they're like,
inside their home, bro.
You can't walk without a shirt in your neighborhood. Mind you, you're in a $3 million per house kind of complex. So you have the matrix trying to impose its will upon you at all times. And every single way it's trying to dictate your life. And that may sound small, that may sound over the top, but if that's how you think about everything, then that's how your life's going to be. If everything's, that's too exaggerated, oh, that's too whatever, then you're going to be in a situation where you're not in control. So back to answer your question, how do you reprogram your subconscious mind? First of all, you're intentional about what you consume before you go to bed, the images that you consume. So many dudes are out here just watching porn and jerking off at the end of the day. And it's ridiculous. But when you're honest with yourself and you examine your life, you realize, why are you going to bed with all that energy? And all that ability to create, because what you're giving up, right? What is it? Your life force. Mm-hmm. What makes you a man? Your ability to conserve those things. And I know that's like, whoa, what does that have to do with reprogramming your mind? Because what you're doing is you're allowing somebody else to program your mind before you go to sleep, before you go to rest. So and it's not just that situation. People watch horror movies before they go to sleep. Like shit like that just fucks you up.
Call of
Duty, anything you want. You're out here shooting. Bro, do you remember when we used to binge Call of Duty? At nighttime, you're literally dreaming that you're in third person shooter, first person shooter, right? Right? And they're playing the game in your fucking dreams. But motherfuckers, I'm an honest dude and I say it how it is.
Yeah.
Right? I say it how it is. So the objective here is for us to all level up, and we can do it together, but we have to be honest. We have to have the conversation, not being derogatory to each other, not not insulting each other, but being able to dialogue and converse and have the open mind to be wrong and then to accept that. And through being wrong, you can be correct, right? So reprogram your subconscious mind, the things that you know you need to do, the music that you consume before you go to bed. Like, you motherfuckers are going out clubbing every single night, getting wasted, getting trashed, thinking that you're the hottest shit, listening to all this garbage music, these frequencies that are fucking up your DNA. And then you think that you wake up in the next morning and that you're going to be productive and elevating.
Yeah.
Quit kidding yourself, motherfucker. Like, that's not how the world works. If you compromise yourself in one area, it's going to affect and then spill over in all the areas of your life. So understand that you need to be a person of diligence, a stoic, a person that's responsible, to whom much is given, much is required. If you want much from the universe, if you want much from God, if you want to elevate yourself, much is required. And that means you need to reprogram your mind. There's a verse in the Bible that says, do not conform to this world, right? But be transformed by what? The renewal of your mind. Not by believing, not by dreaming. No, by what? The renewal of your mind. Literally, one of the most precious texts in the world is telling you, do not conform to this world, aka don't do the stuff the bots are doing.
Get them.
But be transformed, aka become a new man or a new woman by what? The renewal of your mind. So you renew your mind, and then what? You become a new person. People want to become a new person without renewing their mind, without new information. So, brother, reprogram the subconscious mind and start by the small habits, making sure that you're intentional when you go to bed, how you move. And during the daytime, what I would say is very important to figure out who you spend your time with. That's really a big contributor to how you're going to operate. What's the type of frequency that these people are keeping you on? What is the type of spirit that these people give when they're around you? It's extremely important because those people are programming you. So if somebody's always shitting on you, right? All day long, that all seeps into your mind. It affects you. Don't watch the news. Don't spend as much time on social media. Create the fuck out of it. I'm going to open up a Telegram for us motherfuckers soon so we can just chop it up there without all the social media bullshit. I might slap a Discord together. I'll figure it out. I'm doing my own thing, guys. So I'm kind of traveling and enjoying life. So, but I'm here always vibing with y'all. So I'll start moving in a different way as well, where we can, I don't know, not be as distracted. But I hope that answers your question, brother.
Yeah, definitely. I have a follow-up question, if you don't mind.
Go for
on
it.
that topic. So I was introduced to this whole kind of subject through NLP. I'm sure you've heard of it, neuro-linguistic programming. And the main coach, I was speaking with him about the effect of the subconscious mind on your body's health, right? And he introduced the idea that your beliefs can influence, just your beliefs about seeing everyone else and how old you think you're supposed to die can influence how you age. Does that make sense? Like, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah. What?
I can't hear anything.
Yeah. No. So so basically what you're trying to convey is, do your thoughts have power, right? Do your thoughts have power to impact reality? And the answer is yes, right? Because once you understand what that thought actually is, and that thought manifests through energy, right? Energy has the ability to what? Positively or negatively impact other frequencies. So you get to dictate the frequency of the thought. And if your frequency in your thought is always shit, then that's how you're going to operate. So you need to elevate your consciousness by elevating and renewing your mind. It goes back to your original question. And it needs to be something that comes from your subconscious and from your natural state. You can't force it, and that's what I always teach. I always tell people, it's like, you can't force becoming the desire to become better. You either have the desire or you don't. Like, you either want it or you don't want it. It's not this, oh, I'm going to force this lifestyle. Why? I don't force anything. I just really enjoy it, and you need to be able to put yourself in that situation to renew your mind.
Power versus force. Yeah. Thank you, bro.
There you go. You see, power versus force, bro. Power versus force. There you go. It's fire.
Thank you, Luke.